Well, hello there, everyone. Hopefully it's fine. You're doing well. It is Saturday, March the 5th in the year 2022. It's been sort of a busy morning. And I was thinking about it. I talked to my property manager, talked to my real estate agent, and been in touch with a friend of yours from my channel, Dom. And I got an offer pending now, or an offer that's going to be submitted soon. Haven't got the official email in yet with it. I think I got to sign it, but got an offer. It's going to go on another house. Anyway, what I'm doing, and I was thinking about it, it's like, whoa, doggy, I got maybe 4. If I get this house, I'm going to put an offer in. I won't know till tomorrow, I think. But if I do get it, I'll have 4 renovations kind of sort of going on at the same time. And it's like, wait a second. 4 houses being rehabbed mean I don't have income coming in. So Mesquite likes to stay busy and likes to live on the edge. So anyway, what Mesquite is doing, as you know, I'll rehash a few things real quick and then tell you the latest deal. I have a house in Birmingham that is being rehabbed. Tenant moved out, tenant got evicted, it's being rehabbed. I talked to the construction manager yesterday, I think it was, and he thinks the house should be done by mid-week next week or by the end of the week. And once it's done, my real estate agent, he'll go by there, and if it looks good, then we'll go ahead and get it on the market. If it needs something else, we'll get that done, then it'll go on the market. All right, so we got that one. I've already had to pay that with that property manager. I don't like how they do things, but when they do an estimate, they want it paid in full before they start to work. I don't like that, but that's how they do it. All right, then I have the 2 houses in Chicago that I haven't bought. Work is being done in one house, and I actually got a phone call earlier today, an automated phone call from the electric company, saying they were notified by my smart meter that power went out at one house. And they said push 1 if power's out, push 2 or whatever if power didn't go out. I don't know, I'm not there, so I hung the phone up. Then I texted, I got a hold of Dom and said, hey, I got a notification on the power going out. Is the electrician working there? So he told me he was headed there, and he did go there, and he said, the electrician told him the same thing I just said. He had pulled the smart meter and to do some work. And when he did, it notifies the electric company that the power is out. So all is well, the electrician did it. And he's a licensed electrician, so everything's fine there. The next house, I haven't had a chance to talk to Dom about it, but that house is just waiting patiently for workers to get finished in the first house so they can start on the second house. So we got those 2 houses. Remind you real quick, on that house is being worked on right now in Chicago. That's the one I used Kiabe to get the mortgage / hard money loan. So as the work's done, I haven't done it yet, but I'll submit something to them stating such and such work's been done. I spent X number of dollars, and then they'll go ahead and they'll reimburse me those X dollars. So I haven't actually spent any money yet. It's pending. My electronic submission to Dom is pending. So once I spend more money than I've spent so far, I will submit it to Kiabe and see how that whole process works out. Okay, so we got that. Once that's done, once all the work's done, the plan is, Kiabe, they'll send an inspector by to look at it. And if they say it's good, then I think with Kiabe I can start the refinance on it to a 30-year mortgage. My plan with that one is whatever I spend on the rehab, whatever I spend on the rehab, I'll get reimbursed that money. Say it's $10,000 or $12,000, I'll get reimbursed that money. The hope is then I'll get a mortgage. I don't want a big mortgage. I want basically what I spent, what the first mortgage is. Right now, the mortgage is like $53,000. Maybe I'll go $55,000 or something. And so my down payment of $20,000, that's what I paid out of pocket, 20 grand, if that's how it works out. And that's not bad. It's like buying a house, $100,000 house, putting $20,000 down, because they expected, the ARV is expected to be about $112,000. All right, the second house in Chicago, I paid cash for it. So once that one is rehabbed, then I'll try to do a cashback refinance on it just to get a mortgage on it. And my expectations are I hopefully will get 100% or near 100% all my money back on that house, okay? The house from today, I found it on the MLS yesterday, I think it was, and I contacted my real estate agent, Jim, and also my property managers, Kurt and Vicky, and asked if something could be set up so they could go look at it. So they got back to me and let me know that it was going to be today, 9 o'clock this morning, that both Jim will go by and Vicky won't by. So then Vicky won't by. I asked her to call me when she was done. So she called me, and I'll run down a few notes real quick. Tell me what you think. And I'll be brief on this, I think. But roof looks okay. It's not a brand new roof, but the roof appears to be in decent shape. So it'll be good for X number of years more. Siding on the house looks good. It's vinyl siding, I think. Windows are vinyl. So the windows are newer. The house was built in 1959. So the windows have been replaced. They're vinyl windows, but one window is broken. All right. Basement windows, those little square windows in the basement that are up top. I know what they are. 4 of them are broken. Water heaters from 2019. Furnace looks okay, but she couldn't find a year on it. There's duct work that needs to be fixed, and she sent me some pictures. There's some duct work that just needs to be repaired. There's a sump pump in the basement. There's a little bit of mold in the corner of the basement because it's damp. That can be cleaned up. It doesn't appear to have a water leak. It's just damp. And the power's off at the house. So how long's the power been off? I don't know. So probably we'll put if I am successful at getting it, we'll mount a dehumidifier on the wall down there that will just run continuously. Hardwood floors throughout the house, but they're extremely faded. So they'll need to be lightly sanded and stained. 3 bedrooms. The house is like 1,008 square feet. 3 bedrooms. They're good sized bedrooms, which is a plus. The kitchen has those vinyl stick-on squares that are ugly, so kitchen floor needs to be replaced. Entire house needs to be painted. Floors need to be taken care of, obviously. It'll need some electrical work. The panel looks old. There's 2-prong outlets throughout the house. There is a GFCI in the kitchen. So I think I like to put a GFCI in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. There's 1.5 baths in it. And then all the 2-prong outlets make them 3-prong outlets. And it's unknown about plumbing because the water's off. So we'll probably route the sewer line just to be safe if I get it. And the rest of the plumbing's unknown. So anyway, a house like that, I asked what would expected rent be once the rehab is done. And I was told $1,100 to $1,200. But I was told that it would be marketed probably for $1,200, and good chance they'll get $1,200, okay, which is pretty good rent. So anyway, knowing what I just said, how much would that rehab cost and how much should the house cost? So an estimate on the rehab is somewhere between $10,000 and $12,000, okay, $10,000 to $12,000 for all that. So it could be a little more, it could be a little less, somewhere in there. All right, and then the house itself. Do you care to hear what it's listed for? It's on the MLS. Anybody could look at it, and others did look at it. I was told last night that there was an offer pending on the house, and that offer was to expire we had till lunchtime today, noon today. But then when my agent and Vicky were there, the listing agent showed up with her client, and I'm not positive, I think that it was the offer from last night. It was the same person. They're using the listing agent, and they came back to the house to look at it to be really sure they want it and what their offer would be. And they told my real estate agent, Jim, that go ahead and submit an offer, and you have till tomorrow. Okay, by tomorrow they wanted to decide who's going to buy it. So we are submitting an offer. Okay, the house is listed for $39,000. So with that being said, my knowledge of the market, because I have studied that market, I know that street, I know the neighborhood just somewhat. It's a decent neighborhood. I know that $39,000 is cheap. All right, shh, don't tell the seller. But that's the price that's only listed on the MLS, $39,000. But anyway, there is another offer. Okay, my real estate agent told me, the other agent said, for Sunday, when we submit our offer, or we're going to submit it today, to submit our best offer, and they will decide by Sunday. So we are going in with an offer higher than $39,000, and we're also putting a clause in there that if another offer beats our offer, we are willing to go $500 above their offer up to a certain cap. Because I've run the numbers. I could pay more for that house, and it still would be okay. And my plan is I'm paying cash. So that may make a difference. With the other person, we don't know. I mean, I was told the other person there is a young person, like in their 20s. I don't think they're an investor. So then they may be trying to get a mortgage. I don't know. I have cash. So if I pay cash, I can close, say, in 2 weeks. If you're getting a mortgage, I'll take 45 days, 30 days to 45 days. And you got to do an appraisal, you got to get an inspection, all that kind of stuff. I will buy it as is. I'm not asking for any repairs. I'll pay cash. So hopefully I'll get it. So we'll see. So maybe I'll let you know by tomorrow if I'm successful or not. But if I am successful, that means we have to rehab that house. And once the rehab starts, until you get into it, you don't know exactly. They might say $10,000 to $12,000, but until you get started, you don't know exactly how much it's going to cost. So we'll see. So if you think about what I just said, that's 4 houses. If I'm successful with this one house, that's 4 houses that I'll have that are being rehabbed. The one in Birmingham should be done soon. But the unknown is, if we put it on the market, will it sell fast? Will it take months to sell? Who knows? I'm still paying a mortgage on it. No tenants living there. I'm not getting rent in, so I'm paying a mortgage on it. So hopefully it'll sell quick, and hopefully be somebody paying cash. But don't know. Odds are to be somebody getting a mortgage, because I'm not marketing it to an investor. I'm not selling it dirt cheap. I'm selling it at retail price, which I'm selling it for a prospective homeowner. Okay, so odds are they'd have to get a mortgage, but you never know. Some people have money and they'll pay cash for a house. Maybe they sold their house and they'll pay cash. So we'll see. So anyway, what do you think? Do you think Mesquite likes to stay busy from far away? Because I'm not there. I'm not in Alabama. I'm not in Illinois. I'm not in Indiana. I'm doing all this from afar. So WhatsApp, texting, phone calls. You know, it's a lot of communication bouncing back and forth and so on and so on. So anyway, we'll see how all this plays out. And with that being said, sometime, hopefully this weekend, Dom and I will be chatting, and he can do a walkthrough of my one house and show me some of the updates on the work that's being done, and we can show you what's being done so you can kind of understand how these rehab goes, how they go. Because think about everything I just told you. If I'm successful in this, and I'm going to wrap this up in another 2 minutes. So if I'm successful in this, the first house in Chicago, my initial down payment will probably be the money that's spent. My rehab money, let's say I spend $12,000, I think I'll get it all back. Okay, so it'll be just that roughly $20,000 for my down payment that'll be out of my pocket. The second house in Chicago, if I'm successful doing a cashback refinance, my expectations are I won't spend any money out of pocket. I could spend a little bit, but I should get most of it back. If I don't get it all back, it's okay. You know, say I get $50,000 back, but I spend $65,000, okay, $15,000 out of pocket. So we'll see, but I think I can get all of it back, and I will positively cash flow well and get the house for free. All right. House in Birmingham is my free house that I used for a 401k loan. Sure, it's costing me a little bit because I'm paying mortgages when I'm not getting rent money in, so it is costing me something, but basically I've got the house. I call it my free house. I got it for free, which is kind of like my Chicago house might turn out to be. Both my Chicago houses, one will be free, one will be not free. So we'll see how that goes. Then the house in Indiana, if I'm successful buying it and successful rehabbing it, and what I may do, I didn't say this yet, what I may do, I may try to do a portfolio loan to do a cashback refinance on this house. And if I do, I need to combine it with another house so that I have 9 houses I bought from a seller where I got seller financing. It's 30-year amortization, but a 15-year balloon, meaning in 15 years, whatever the balance is left on the mortgage, I have to pay it off. Okay, which I don't like that. I mean, it's great to get these houses, but I don't want to have to pay 9 balloons in 13 years from now. So what I may do is pick the most expensive of those 9 houses, the most expensive mortgage, and use that house and the new house I'm buying and combine them together for one portfolio loan to cover both of the houses. And I'd have one mortgage, 30-year fixed rate mortgage to cover both the houses, okay? If I'm successful buying this house in Indiana and I'm successful in doing this, I'll explain the process. It won't be using Kiawe, okay? Because they don't, as of yet, they don't do mortgages in the northwest corner of Indiana. So I won't be using them. I'll be using a different non-QM lender, okay? So anyway, we'll see what happens. So if I'm successful with this, keep in mind, I think Millennial Mike and I made some videos on the BRRRR strategy. It's not for brand new investors. There's risk involved. There's risk involved, okay? I could potentially not be successful in my mortgages, and maybe I got to pay these out of pocket, okay? I can do that. I don't want to do that because it'll make things things would just stay tight. I don't want to do that, but if that happens, it's okay. If I'm half successful, then that means I made some money back, and I'm really good with that. So we'll see. Anyway, this is getting long. Hopefully you support what I'm doing. Hopefully you like what I'm doing. Hopefully you learn from me. So when the day comes and you are experienced enough and you want to give this a try, hopefully it'll be successful to you. So anyway, hopefully Dom can get with me and we'll record a walkthrough of that first Chicago house either today or tomorrow or sometime soon. That way you can get an idea. If you watch the first walkthrough, it's not the best quality video, but if you watch that and then you watch the next one, you can see what work's being done and you can kind of get a good idea of how it's all playing out. Okay? All right, good enough. Mesquite's gonna get off here. Still got stuff to do. Plus, I'm in Florida. I gotta go for a swim sometime this afternoon. It's a nice day out there. All right, y'all stay safe. Talk to you later. Mesquite is signing out.